We do it every single day. We hit send on an email, we drop a letter in an out tray, or we sign for some package. But have you ever really thought about what happens next? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain on the hidden journey of office mail. It's this invisible, surprisingly high stakes system that can literally make or break a business. Trust me, you'll be amazed by the complex world that's operating just beyond your outbox.
Yeah, we tend to see it as a pretty simple A to B kind of deal. But between the moment you click send and the moment they receive, there's this incredible relay race happening behind the scenes. It's a whole system of sorting, prioritizing, and problem solving that honestly, most of us never even give a second thought to.
So where does it all begin? Well, it starts with what I like to call the daily deluge. I mean, before any real work can even get done, every office has to face this constant storm of incoming information, and every single piece is demanding attention right now. First up, you've got the classic physical mail. We're talking formal letters, critical invoices, signed contracts, the official paper trail of the entire business. Then there's all the internal chatter. Memos just flying between departments, quick updates, urgent reminders, those big company-wide directives. And of course, the digital onslaught. An absolutely endless stream of emails, right? And each one is a potential fire you've got to put out, or a key piece of info that has to be logged. On top of all that, you've got these dense reports that someone has to read, sign off on, and then route through a whole chain of command. And finally, the wild cards, the physical packages from couriers. They're often super urgent, and they're always a bit disruptive. All of this stuff just arrives every single day, and somehow it has to be wrangled into some kind of order. So how in the world does any organization manage this flood without just collapsing into total chaos? Well, the answer isn't some complex new technology. It's actually a surprisingly simple but really powerful system. It all boils down to these three simple actions: receive, sort, and distribute. That's it. This is the fundamental process that works for everything, from a hand-delivered letter to a company-wide email. It's the basic framework that brings order to all that chaos. And all of this, the letters, the emails, the packages, it all falls under one key term: correspondence. And just think for a second how broad that really is. It's not just about paper anymore. We're talking about every single piece of information, whether it's digital or physical, that moves through the organization. But here's the thing. Not all correspondence is created equal. The next crucial skill is prioritization. I mean, an urgent package could hold up an entire project, right? Whereas a memo about next month's holiday party, yeah, that can probably wait. The real skill is in knowing the difference and acting on it. And this brings us to a really critical point. A system is only ever as good as the people who are running it. Taming all this chaos takes more than just following a few steps. It actually requires a very specific set of human skills. Now, this might surprise you, but one of the most important skills here is emotional intelligence. Empathy helps you understand the urgency a message holds for someone else. Self-regulation, well, that's what keeps you calm and focused when the pile just seems impossibly high. And clear communication makes sure everything gets exactly where it needs to go without any friction. Okay, but what happens when things go wrong? Because let's be honest, they always do. This is where the system and the people running it are truly put to the test. So imagine this. A courier drops a package at your desk. You sign for it. And then you realize, oh no, this is for the wrong office entirely. It's a super common mistake. But what you do next could be the difference between a tiny little hiccup and a major, major problem for somebody else. So put yourself in that situation for a sec. What's your first move? Do you just ignore it? Do you try to call the courier? Maybe you try to find the right person yourself. This is exactly where problem solving kicks in. You see, the right move isn't just one single action. It's a mix of critical thinking to figure out what's going on, and a lot of the time, teamwork to find the right contact or arrange a new delivery. It's all about taking ownership of a problem that isn't technically yours, and then seeing it through to the end. And this really brings us to the ultimate takeaway here. Yeah, managing a single package might seem like a small task, but it's directly connected to the health and the success of the entire organization. And this is where you see the real stakes. This isn't just about a little inconvenience. A single lost document can mean a missed deadline, avoided contract, or a critical project just completely failing. The consequences, they're very, very real. So ultimately, effective mail handling is the lifeblood of any smooth-running office. Think of it like the circulatory system. It ensures vital information gets where it needs to be, right when it needs to be there. Without it, the whole organization just grinds to a halt. It is a truly foundational piece of any successful business.
So I'll leave you with this. The next time you click send, just take a moment to think about its hidden journey. Think about the system and the people who are making sure it gets to its destination. What part of that invisible world will you remember? Thanks for turning in.